Commuters in Sydney can expect further delays and disruptions on the city's train network today, possibly even tomorrow, despite the New South Wales government agreeing to concede to the demands of the union. The New South Wales Transport Minister David Elliott joins me live here in the studio. Good morning to you, Minister. Thanks for your time this morning. So the union wants to see something in writing. When will that be done?
Well, it's been done. They got the deed last night, and they should be considering it today. And my expectation is that, given that we have complied with their request in the modifications, they should be withdrawing any threats for industrial action.
So that should extend to today. If you've sent them the deed last night, as you said, why would strike action go ahead today?
Well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And my view is that the union should be working with the government to make sure that the terms of the deed are acceptable to them, with the finer details going through a joint meeting this morning. But any attempt to continue industrial action after they have received this commitment from government is just, in my mind, proof positive that this is nothing more than a politically motivated attack.
Did they have you over a barrel on this one? Because Matt Keenan said that their demands were unreasonable.
Well, the demands were unreasonable because the independent safety regulator said that the trains were safe. But when you consider the opportunity cost of the industrial action, the prolonged costs, the cost of storage, the cost of the loss of productivity from holding back public transport options across the state, it was going to be a lot more than the $264 million.
So is that what it's going to be, 264? Because again, Matt Keane had suggested it could be upwards of a billion.
There were suggestions that it was beyond $1 billion, but I interrogated the figures. We got them independently audited, and that's where we've agreed. That's the figure. But when you consider also, in lieu of this $264 million to modify perfectly good trains, we actually said to the union, we will give a $3,000 bonus to every single one of your employees. So they've actually cut off their nose to spite their face. The families of the railway workers right now could be having $3,000 deposited in their account instead of having that money spent on modifying perfectly good trains.
So when do you expect these trains to be rolled out, to be on the tracks?
Well, we're hoping that there'll be trials in August. That's my expectation, and I don't see any reason why at the first available opportunity sometime in the spring we'll be able to get people onto these trains.
And to assure the public they are safe.
Perfectly safe. I'd be quite happy for Mum and the kids to get them up to Newcastle tomorrow. That's what the safety regulator said. She looked me in the eye and she said there is no reason for us not to be running this rail stock because of safety concerns.
Okay, so and as for more pay, they're not going to get any more?
Well, they'll get what the government 3%
beyond that.
Yeah, but again, I wouldn't want to be married to a rail worker today and have to go home to face the family's questions as to why they forfeited $3,000 instead of course, modifying.
So I mean, there'll be a lot of people out there who are confused. You had these trains at great cost to the New South Wales taxpayer who were sitting in a warehouse. They were supposedly safe. The unions didn't think so, though. Why were they even chosen in the first place? Is there anything that you do differently?
Oh, well, the only thing that we'll do differently, which is what we've put to the union, is that we'll remove their what they call Clause 12, which gives the union the power to veto any of the new rolling stock. I mean, it's a ridiculous situation where a union can say to the government, we refuse to allow people to operate infrastructure. But these are Rolls-Royce trains. These are trains. They've got tray tables. They've got toilets that are as large as you'd find in a business class cabin of an aircraft. They've got recharging bays so that when you sit down, you can actually charge up your phone. So this is it's the sort of train that David Jones would sell.